So this video, I'm just going to talk about an idea that I think could help a lot of people. So like if you're on the subreddit, there's a lot of great resources and a lot of great tools and stories, and I personally love it because it helps you feel like you're not alone. But I think we can come together a little bit more to help people who are leaving or trying to leave. But that same energy that people in the congregation had, like where they would really help each other, like keeping that same energy when you become a former member, because it seems to me that that energy of that sense of community has died down a bit. And it's logically because it's mostly online. And I know there's some people who have started scholarships for former Jehovah's Witnesses, and this is the type of energy that I'm talking about. Like, this is what I think a lot of us should be having. Again, it's not our job, but it would be nice if we had this. I think because when you lose your social circle, I think it's very important to be prepared financially, but also, let's say academically, to be educated. But oftentimes there are opportunities taken away from us as a Jehovah's Witness, or opportunities that we didn't take ourselves out of, fear or guilt, or out of wanting to do more for Jehovah and less for ourselves. And you sacrifice a lot. And it's like when you leave, sometimes those sacrifices are, they're just sacrifices. Like you just lost out at some point. It's like myself, I know I created a LinkedIn group. This is not like a shameless plug or anything, but I created this LinkedIn group for former Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, because I feel like, united, we can all come together, and the Mormons kind of understand us if you check out their subreddit too. And in my group, there's 5 of us probably at most. So if I share a bit of my story, I didn't go to college. I was pioneering at 18, 19 years. I was auxiliary pioneering 11th grade. By senior year, I was doing it full time. And I didn't go to college, but instead I was teaching English online. I got one of those TESOL certificates. And I was teaching English for a long time, up to at least, let's say, maybe 2 years ago I stopped, or a year and a half ago I stopped, I think. And luckily, a former member reached out to me on Reddit, and she gave me so much career advice. Shout out to this woman. She is an angel, has helped me so much. And I think that everyone should have the same access that I got from that one woman, but just from a community, because at the end of the day, we are the ones who understand each other the best. And for me, it only makes sense for us to support each other. And I think most of us, are very helpful people, the type of people to actually help each other. So it's we can do this, you know what I mean? I also think that it would be great if here's just an example. Again, this is all just theory of what could potentially happen. If we had people who were willing to let other people shadow them at work, if you're in the same area, to offer internships, and for those who have actually, let's say, made it themselves, to kind of just, let other people know, hey, this is the path that I took. This is just me. If you want to follow the same path, this is how you can do it. This is how I got my job. This is how I took this experience and transferred it over to this career. Because if you remember, as Jehovah's Witnesses, if you needed to find work or you needed a job, they are on it. They're even though it's jobs like cleaning windows, and there's nothing wrong with that. I clean windows too. That's just a thing. It's an honorary JW thing, is cleaning windows. They would help each other out. They would spread word of mouth. They would ask around. And that is just it's just something that's really great that they would do. And what else was I gonna say? I think this type of energy kind of stops when you leave, because the ExJW community is not really a community. It is a community, but it's not really one. It's just that we have these shared experiences, but we don't really know each other behind usernames, or sometimes at most we'll know each other by following each other on social media, but we're not as connected as we potentially could be. So I would love to tell other former Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't want to say my thing, but I moved to Albania a couple years ago. I would love to tell them yo, if you do X, Y, and Z, and if you already have a remote job and you're tired of the US and want something new, you can do this, this, and that to move to Albania. I would love to just share that, because that's the one thing and maybe I can talk about. It would also be nice to have a central hub for work or financial related discussions, because I don't think we're having enough of them. When I look at the subreddit, a lot of the topics we're talking about are doctrine related, awareness, legal things going around the world, or just a lot of our experiences. But it would be really nice to see people hearing each other's success stories, or just supporting ExJW businesses, this type of vibe, the actual community. And I know this wouldn't work for everyone, because not everyone who leaves the organization, or everyone that is a former member, there are some crazy former members out there. Some people are crazy as hell. Some of them are just not hardworking. You have this, the spectrum within us as well. But I still think it would be nice just to have a place where people can, meet up with online, whether that's, I don't know, whatever it is, Discord, Reddit, WhatsApp, doesn't matter. It's like some central hub where these disciples discussions can be held, or at least we should promote them a little bit more. Because sometimes like when I'm on Reddit and I see like these teenagers posting, it breaks my heart because like they could really use some career advice, because in their social circle they might not be getting any, or like those who didn't go to college and they're older, I don't know, doesn't matter, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and these people who don't have a skill and their employment kind of depends on being a Jehovah's Witness, because you know, like we all hire each other sometimes. Like no matter what the age, this type of person could use help as well. And the help could be as big as saying, hey, I will help you make your resume or make your CV and help you write your cover letter. It could be as big as that, which takes time, or it could be something as small as, hey, I know a friend who is hiring. Can I pass your information along and I will recommend you? Or my company is hiring, I'll recommend you a position at my company. Like this type of energy I think would be very nice to see. But I think for this to happen, maybe we would need to show our faces a bit more or get to know each other a little bit better. And this could also be a dangerous thing, because I know there are some people who are seeking help, but like they're not out. You know what I mean? Like they haven't come out yet. And there are some people who lurk on these subreddits or who lurk online with the purpose just to tattletale or just to snitch on other members. So I get that protecting your identity can be an issue. But that's pretty much it, I think. I just want to like throw this idea out there because maybe one person who has it all together might think about this and might think about helping someone who doesn't have it all together. Or maybe we can start, you know, like I mentioned, like ExJW jobs or something like this. But actually that might be kind of hard to control, like dictate who joins and whatnot. So again, maybe like, I don't know, a LinkedIn or like a WhatsApp or something where you can, you know, just all help together and have these discussions about, you know, finances or learning more, or let's say free courses that you've seen, because the information is out there. But also I think that when a lot of people, at least what I noticed, I heard this TED talk as well. Now I'm going off script. This TED talk where this guy was like a rich white guy or successful. He was going to like these inner black communities, inner poor city black communities like this. And he said, when he talked to everyone about how they succeeded in their career, he said everyone basically had, let's say, a key, which was equivalent to being a person, help them open or unlock another door. So it's like, oh, I got this job. Like I worked hard, but I knew this person who recommended me this, or I knew this person who told me this. Or there's always like a person who kind of shifts the path of your life to follow one way. And I think with all of us, there could be a lot of different paths, a lot of opportunities available that we can present to each other. And I think in his illustration that he was using, he was saying like these little black kids, he goes, they don't have the same social, like, you know, like your network is your net worth or something like this, whatever that expression is. He goes, these kids didn't have access to all the people that he had access to that were successful. He said he knew a lot of people and they didn't. And I feel that as a member, the longer you're out of the organization, the more successful you can become. And for those who are just getting out and leaving, they don't have as many keys. Let's say as somebody who's been out for 20 plus years and they, you know, are established in their career. So I think we could just, you know, we could be the key to help somebody else unlock a door that maybe they didn't know existed. So yeah, so I guess let's manifest the environment that we want to create and go beyond supporting people emotionally, but, you know, helping them succeed in life in general. Okay, that's all, guys. Peace.